Ketchup's too
they
sweet.
have to be red.
What has
red
to
hot
be
dogs.
Is there another color?
It's a friggin' main staple, bud. You get the KM red hot dogs and throw them on the grill, and they're friggin' red. They're bright red, dog dick red hot dogs in a bun, onions, fucking fancy mustard, goddamn sriracha.
Wait, like super red? You mean not like a regular hot dog color?
Dick
What?
red
hot
dogs.
Red. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Delicious. They got a fucking pop on them, bud. That you'll love it.
Welcome to the 93rd episode of the Cast That Ends Creaiton. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is a show where we interview bands and public figures from the mathcore adjacent communities. If you beautiful people in chat have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in. I'll try to read them aloud. If you'd like to sub for $5, you get access to some exclusive emotes, as well as access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming services. You can also sub for free by attaching Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. It's like taking $5 from Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into mine. If you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this in your car and have no idea what I'm talking about, the show is first shown live on Twitch. Join us every Sunday and Wednesday at twitch.tv/thecasttheends for the live cast. With that out of the way, let me introduce our guest today who dropped their debut record, the James Beavis Chronicles, which came out back in August through Granite Tomb Records. Welcome in, Serling. How's it going, guys?
Hello!
What's up? Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Sorry about that weird speed bump we just had, but here we go. So, looks like this is a very new project. Facebook started in June of this year. Tell me how it all got together, how you got started.
So Caleb and I have been playing in bands together for a long time, many years, and multiple different genres. I mean, pretty much, I had a daughter 5 months ago, and I had to kind of stop playing music for a little bit as far as like preparing for live shows and, doing stuff like that. So I hit Caleb up one day. I was like, hey, we already know you and I are obsessed with the Twilight Zone. Like the OG Twilight Zone, like 50s, 60s, black and white Twilight Zone.
Some of the best shit right there, man.
Yes, I love it. And so I hit him up. I was like, hey, you and me, no one else, mathcore, Twilight Zone, what do you think? And I thought he was going to tell me I was dumb. And he was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. and so pretty much what happened was, I was like trying to rock my newborn daughter to bed at like 1, 2, 3 every hour of the morning. And while I'm doing that, I'm just like thinking of odd time signature stuff, like beats in my head. And so that's really kind of where it got started. Cause I was like, Caleb, I think I got some ideas. And I mean, Caleb just ran with it. So it was just kind of naturally came together. It's something that we both really enjoy doing. So it was just, I don't know. I'm happy we did it because I think it's pretty dope so far.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations on having a daughter, man. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. She's trying to go to sleep in the other room. So if you hear her crying, that's what's going on. My wonderful wife is trying her best.
But yeah, I'm a gigantic Twilight fan, Twilight Zone fan myself. That is a tongue twister. What's y'all's favorite episodes?
It's gonna take me a second. Caleb, do you have an answer while I think about this? Because I'm thinking of 5 episodes right now.
My problem is I always forget episode names. A Passage for Trumpet is one that is huge for me for a couple of reasons. One, it's a really, really good episode, and one of my favorite math rock bands, Just Neighbors, sampled it in a song, Oh Okay.
Which episode is that one again?
It's the one where there's a trumpet player who is also an alcoholic, and he is trying to get into jam, and he keeps getting rejected, and the guy comes out and he's like, hey, why don't you off the bottle? And he's like, I swear I am. And he picks up his trumpet case, and booze falls out. He sells his trumpet, tries to kill himself, and then by running in front of a car. And then, Gabriel shows up, and you got a choice. Do you want to stay or leave? And there's a really great monologue that he says, and then he chooses to stay alive and gets his trumpet and starts fucking ripping again. It's great.
Dude, to me, the best one is where oh my god, what was it? A spaceship crash lands on Mars. Then the dude gets out and ends up being put in a zoo Zoo for the Martians.
Oh, that one's great.
Freaking awesome, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think Well, what we did for our EP was I picked the titles of my favorite episode from each season. So, I mean, I think of late, I think of Cliffordville from season 4 is my favorite. I used to go to sleep to that episode every night. I love season 4. I know a lot of people don't like the hour-long episodes. I fucking dig them.
Oh, dude, the hour-long episodes are dope.
Like, I think they're incredible. And just like this one, just this guy who just shits on everyone, just sort of gets what he deserves, sort of deal. Like, I don't know. I just loved it. And yeah, but I mean, I could have said any episode really, and I think it's all fin. I don't think there's a bad episode, honestly, which is surprising given how many episodes they have.
And to me, there's some that don't hit quite as hard, but none of them are ever bad.
Yeah.
You said that you named every song after an episode, but isn't the first song title you use, isn't that just like a title of like a compilation of episodes?
Well, so yeah, you caught me there.
Gotcha. That's kind of journalism, man. We do gotcha journalism here.
Yeah, so the first song is just an intro. The lyrics just combine a whole bunch of different sayings from Rod Serling's intros. So we called it as Timeless as Infinity. It's one of his lines. And we didn't have an intro originally. And I remember I said to Caleb, like, hey, I actually got this short idea for something I think would be sick. And we could just it'd be our intro, but it would incorporate the Twilight Zone intros because all the lyrics to every song are based on the specific episode. So I was like, this way it can be based off the intros since it's our intro.
And I requested a couple fast boys for the EP. So just a couple fast songs. So I got one. But yeah, one works.
We do appreciate the fast boys here. You brought up lyrics. I gotta ask, why aren't they on Bandcamp? They're nowhere. I tried to look for them all over the place. Can't find them.
I think I had our buddy Taylor from Granite Tomb Records who posted all the stuff for us on Bandcamp. He had asked for them previously, but I don't think he requested them when we dropped the EP, and I didn't even think about it, honestly. But I mean, I should, because our process is I watch the episode, I write the lyrics, and I give them to Caleb, and Caleb just goes with it, and he just makes it sound incredible, honestly.
I destroy fish sticks in chat, which I'm pretty sure is Bobby. Says because they're lazy boys. And then somebody else, Chunks Barkley says Brandon's lazy.
Yeah, I mean,
you're getting called out. Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah. It's a super oversight on my part. That's for sure. Because actually, if you go, we had a couple singles up on that Bandcamp, and the lyrics are with those. I think if they're still posted, but the whole EP. Yeah, I should.
So the Bandcamp that I saw was just your album on Granite Tomb Records page. I didn't actually find like y'all's artist page. I couldn't find that.
Yeah, we don't have one right now. I asked Taylor to help us out with that so we could just really get this going, get this started. And Taylor was super helpful with just being like, yeah, man, just send me your stuff. I'll do it. I'll get you going because at the time I just wanted some extra help. And so I'm sort of still building up our band pages, and I'm gonna create our own Bandcamp too because we got a bunch of music in the works. So there's a shit ton of stuff we're gonna be posting soon.
Bobby says it is Bobby, and the three of you are so hot. I'm shocked as fuck this isn't the Pornhub live stream. This is just the beginning of the night, buddy. So I've been hearing you guys compared to Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza and Frontier a lot. I think it was your Facebook said that this album is fueled by Reese's Cups and Coca-Cola. Aside from being fueled by those, what are some of your influences going into it?
I mean, Danza, yeah, that's huge. I mean, you can hear it in Caleb's tone a lot. I mean, Caleb actually showed me the band Car Bomb years back. I hadn't heard of them. Caleb was like, yeah, check these guys out. This is just trying to count this stuff is incredible. So, I mean, that was huge. Sick. That was huge for us in terms of influence and just, we're not anywhere close to them by any means, but, it's I think it's a huge influence on us. And, I'll let Caleb talk more about his tone because he's with his head rush. He's got so much shit going on. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to let him talk about what the hell he does with that.
Yeah. The trick with doing the Danza tone is you need a drop tune pedal and you set it to -1. So you get one semitone back and then you make the mix 50%. So every note you hit is a minor second, which makes everything super dissonant without even trying. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And the other setting that I have is where I take the mix to 100% and I drop down 4 semitones. And since I use an 8 string, which is tuned to E flat up top, when I do the -4, it drops it down into 9 string territory, which is why some of the riffs in there sound disgustingly low, but it's just me hitting a button and it changes the whole tuning, which is also a lot of fun.
I've never messed too much with those kinds of pedals and such. That shit does sound sick, though.
So the head rush is incredible. All touch screen. You can actually change the sweep of your whammy pedal, because usually when you get a whammy pedal, it's just whatever you got, it's whatever you got. But you can actually change the percentage of how you want it to sweep. So it's a lot more options with the head rush, and I absolutely love it. But I just run it as a stomp box with pedals. You can do amp modeling with it, but I just run it into a 6505 and my Fender Bassman into an 8x10. So it's splitting my signal into a guitar amp, and then the bass rig is getting an octave lower, and then that's sent over to the bass rig. So when we play live, that's how I plan to fill up the room. With 3 cabs and 2 amps.
So are you a big guitar nerd? You got like a huge pedal collection?
I have, yeah.
Brandon's like, yes.
He fucking is.
It's very bad. The room next to me is full of a bunch of stupid shit, and I'd like to get more stupid shit, and I've gotten a vasectomy so I can get more stupid shit.
Collects music equipment and music shit and just gets rid of nothing.
Yeah, I haven't sold a thing ever in my life. So
I see you got 2 sick ass guitars over there. I bet you have a crazy guitar collection that we're just not seeing.
I do. Those are what I use for Serling. So the bass is pretty sick. It's MS
bass. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's fucking ripping. Love this thing. It's a headless 6-string.
That's pretty sick. I didn't know that they could make bass ones that are like headless like that. That's not...
Yeah, it's ripping. I love this thing. Although I only, for Serling, I use these top 2 strings. They're killer. They're so good.
Your 2 favorite strings.
I gotta say real quick in response to Bobby's latest message saying cannolis are a huge influence.
Absolutely.
Cannolis fucking suck.
Oh,
dude,
God.
What?
There's a whole story behind that we can get into at any point if you want to. It's
dude, go for it, man.
Yeah, hammer down.
So pre the world ending, Bobby, Caleb, and I took a trip down to Amityville, New York to see Dr. Acula, and Dalton met us there. And just so for anyone that's watching, I'm saying all these names like they don't know who we are. We're all in the band 30 Seconds Go. So we all met up, and you know, we went to the concert, and then afterwards on the way back we went to Boston, and Caleb was like, oh, there's a sick cannoli shop. I love desserts and sweet treats and stuff. I had never had cannolis. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll try them. Like, you guys are making it sound like this is awesome. So we go there, all these cannolis, they look great, and I buy some, and I try one, and it's absolutely one of the most disgusting fucking things I've ever tried in my goddamn life. It is so disgusting.
I've seen that there's 2 different kinds of cannolis. It seems like there's some that are kind of like cream cheese stuff in the middle, and there's some that are like ricotta cheese in the middle. I guess you had one of the ricotta ones.
I don't know. They're both gross.
Nah, the little cream cheese is dope. But the ricotta ones, I can get behind the, like, yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Well, this is also coming from a guy where his food pyramid is the fucking children's menu. If it's chicky nugget and a fucking chalky milk, he's so happy. This restaurant's sick. But if it's a world famous cannoli place where we get a platter of $40 worth of cannolis here for everything, anything you could ever want, he takes one bite and goes, nope, not a Reese cup. Fuck this place. Let's burn this steak to the fucking ground. This shit. Yeah. all pissy.
Yeah,
more chalky milk.
Yeah, more chalky milk.
Seriously, I'm just like sitting there, just like not eating, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking around, and Caleb sees I'm dissatisfied, and he leans over to me and he goes, "You want me to go check if they got some fucking chicken tenders that we can buy in the back?" And
you're like, "Yeah, please, come on."
It was a pretty good moment. It was. Even though it was one of the worst things I've ever tasted, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Yeah. And then afterwards, you were able to get your filet mignon stack.
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was that's another story in itself where you ordered like a tiny app because you had no money, and then Dalton ended up paying for all of us because we had to go.
Fucking like, bullshit.
I would have ordered so much more if I knew you were going to pay.
Yeah, I'm still starving. I could afford 6 oysters. That was it. I was starving.
It was so incredible. Yeah, Boston was fun.
So, Caleb, you write everything in Serling then?
Brandon writes the drums, and then I take the MIDI files and I import them. And mess with velocities and do all that kind of stuff. And then once I drag it back into a new Logic project, then I start hammering it out with guitar and bass and things in the background. Usually sitting right next to me while I'm doing all of that. And then after that, Brandon writes all the lyrics and he goes into the mic and speaks out the rhythms that he was intending for everything, and then I just yell into the microphone and curl my tongue and do all types of disgusting things that I can to get the point across.
So you guys start with programmed drums then? That's wild.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
How do you start a song like that, Brandon?
So it's because of how we started out, because I'm just like rocking my daughter to sleep 2 a.m. I got to stay awake. So I'm like thinking of a drum rhythm and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm going to think of this rhythm in 8 and then I'm going to turn it into like a weird 5 or a weird 7. And I'm just going to think of what could come next for a drum beat. So literally the entire song, all the songs you hear in the EP were just a drum track first. And then I didn't tell Caleb what to do. I just said, here's the drums. You do what comes natural. And we recorded every song not the whole EP in one day, but we did each song in one day. So I came over, we imported the drum tracks, and then Caleb just did his thing. Really, I just have the drums. I think of the lyrical patterns based on the drums, and then we just put it all together and make it work.
So weird. It's such a weird way to write a song.
It's fast. It's fast.
It's pretty fast. Yeah, we were like, we want to record a song a week and just post it. We want to get our shit out there.
So, Brandon, are you a drummer then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
why not just play like actual drums? Why program them?
I don't have 13 microphones.
Come on, man. Why don't you have 13 microphones, please?
Because that's the way to do drums correctly, and I do not have the money to buy drum mics when I could blow all that money on guitars. It's a problem.
And
that's
just
why
the way
people got to buy your merch so that y'all have enough money to buy 13 microphones.
Exactly.
Oh, we're not making any money on merch.
That's why we set it on Teespring so that it could be the lowest it could possibly be, because we want people to be able to afford our stuff. So most everything we make a penny off of what we sell. So actually, Bobby had the great idea that we should promote. We need people to buy 100 shirts so we can split a McDouble.
Nice.
Which is a pretty good ad campaign. But yeah, and also, I mean, just the way my life is right now, taking care of my daughter, just adjusting to dad life and stuff, mapping out drums was the easiest for me to do. But I can still play all the songs. Like we have a show booked in November in New Hampshire. Like we're going to play the songs. Like it's not anything I can't play. It's more so it was a point of convenience for us, and we knew that we could make it sound good still. So
Oh, sick. So y'all are like playing in shows and stuff already. That's awesome.
We're hoping that goes well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, who knows with the way the world is right now if it'll happen. But yeah, we're definitely stoked on it. And, we weren't sure if we were ever going to play shows. We didn't know if this was just going to be studio at first, but, people have actually started to dig us, and which is wild in itself. And, we're getting offers. So we're like, fuck it. We might as well.
Oh yeah, man. That's awesome.
We know we can do it. And Caleb's got to play through like 18 amps. So we're going to do it.
Bobby says that Brandon has drum sponsors. Tell him to mention them, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, so I have 3 sponsors currently for cymbals, Soul Tone Cymbals. I'm endorsed by them. They're based out of Cali. Drumsticks, endorsed by Collision Drumsticks. They are the largest drumstick company based out of the UK. So stoked on that. And Reverie Drums, based out of North Carolina. This dude, Tim Roberts, just makes gorgeous custom handmade drums. And he's actually starting to do his own cymbals now too. So yeah, super excited to be working with all 3 of them.
How did you get sponsorships? Like the biggest thing you're in is 30 Seconds Go, right? Like, is that?
It was 30 Seconds Go. So Bobby probably wants me to talk about this because
really?
it's thanks to 30 Seconds Go.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just sent them the music that I was a part of, which was mainly 30 Seconds Go at the time, and they took in everything into account, the music style, and another thing, of course, being the popularity. Like, are you going to help get our products out there? Because an endorsement is a 2-way street. So.
Little did they know it'd take 2 years to actually get a release out.
That's fucking right.
Joke's on them.
Yeah, that's true. When I was talking to them, I was like, yeah, we're going to have an album out soon. I want to, I'm going to do a lot of promotion. So, it'll be really sick. And yeah, it's taking a little longer than we thought, but, it's still stoked on it. But yeah, I think it was mainly the fact that 30 Seconds Go actually had a following, that they're like, okay, maybe we can take a chance on this dude from Maine. So
that's crazy, man. I didn't know that you could do it without being like a big, like national band or whatever, doing big tours and stuff. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know if I post drum videos and stuff on Instagram. I don't know if they even watched any of those, but okay. I really think it does come down to, these days, what is your social media following? What's your presence? Because we want to be able to get our products out there. And, if you post videos and stuff that we can share too, I think it was just sort of that partnership of like, how can we do a lot of promotion online? I think that was the big selling point, really.
How big's your audience? Like for like Instagram or whatever?
Like 10 people. No, I'm kidding. I mean, me personally, I almost have 1,000 followers on Instagram. So I think that was kind of like, ooh, like cool.
Okay.
He doesn't have just 10 followers. So that was neat. But, I mean, Bobby on Facebook with 30 Seconds Go, I mean, he's gotten thousands of followers. And, I know 30 Seconds Go is more well-known in, mathcore, cyber grind communities. So, I think that was, that was super helpful to see.
No, yeah, it's crazy. Like I was looking at Charles' Facebooks and stuff actually for like 30 Seconds Go and such. Looking at that stuff today, and like y'all have like a lot of followers for a band that hasn't like put out like a real release yet. I mean, you got some like singles and stuff, but that's crazy, dude. I'm really looking forward to like your next thing. I feel like y'all actually have something cool to tell us right now if you wanted to, or we could wait. It's whatever.
No, the EP's coming out the 28th of this year. So it's going to be available to release on all streaming platforms. And then we are looking around for physical copy CDs. We just got the mastered versions back a couple days ago, and we are very, very stoked on how it came out. And everyone's going to love it. Everyone. I swear to God, everyone's going to love it.
If you don't, he's going to make you.
Well, if you don't, then I can totally understand why. You showed it to your dad, and your dad said it was awful, and you listen to your dad. I listen to my dad. He doesn't like anything.
Yeah, I think, honestly, what I tell people when I think of whether it's Serling, 30 Seconds Go, anything like that I'm involved in, I tell people, you're either going to really dig this, or this is going to be one of the worst things you've ever heard in your life. There's going to be no in between. I don't know which side you're going to be on, but that's usually the reaction I get. It's either this is complete shit. What did you just show me? I don't know what's happening. Or this is fucking dope.
Oh, I think it's fucking dope.
Thanks.
My dad approves.
Thanks.
So there's not any info on like who recorded, mixed, and mastered, but I did see like videos on Facebook that showed what looks like Caleb in front of the computer. So Caleb, I imagine you recorded and mixed and mastered everything?
I recorded and did the mixes that are available for everyone to hear as far as 30 Seconds Go, but I outsourced.
Serling.
Yeah. Oh, with Serling? Yeah,
so
that's all me.
I'm
sorry. I drink.
I didn't make it clear.
But with Serling, that is all 100% me.
Dude, it sounds really good. Like shit.
Oh, pumpkin. Stop it.
Is this like the first time that you've done like mixing and mastering and stuff?
The demos that are on the 30 Seconds Go, that's all me as well. And when the EP comes out, you'll hear how bad I actually am at mixing. Because we outsourced it to Gerard Vachon, who is a fantastic mixer, guitarist, vocalist, incredible. And he lives 15 minutes down the road from me. So he was an absolute sweetheart in doing this and nailing it for us. But it was mainly because we're doing actual artwork and getting a physical release that I was like, we should get someone else better than me to mix and master this, because it would be the first thing at the time to release. And then me and Brandon got together and wanted to do Twilight Zone Brutal Breakdown bullshit. And since each song took a day and he was over every Sunday for like a month and a half, that just went out a lot faster. And
well, I think you did a really good job, man. Like, honestly, you probably could have done the 30 Seconds Go stuff. Like, this is pretty professional sounding, man. You did good.
I'm just a bashful boy. That's all it is.
Yeah, he killed it. I mean, considering literally all that was done was I mapped out a drum track in Fruity Loops and sent a MIDI file to him for him to put in Logic and just sort of mix velocities and put it into his own little drum program, and then him just mix all the vocals and guitars together with it in a day. I mean, he'd finish the vocals, do some mixing, and we'd export. Like, you know, it just came natural with each week that we did it.
Hell yeah. They did. So let's talk about your artwork. It's just like the swirly thing. Oh, I just moved everything. Uh-oh. It's just like the swirly thing from season 3, I believe, of Twilight Zone. Why'd you go with the swirly thing? It is cool, but why'd you go with it?
It was just, you know, Google Images has been my friend throughout this process. And, you know, I'm just looking at Twilight Zone images, and it just, you know, just the way that it was captured, I was just like, it seems so off. And I was like, that just sort of feels perfect. like okay. Mathcore is not just like, especially what we're writing, like it's not just this straight lined thing. You know, it's very chaotic. It's very wild. It's, you know, not what you expect. So, you know, when people look at that, you know, people sometimes are just like, well, it's like, it's not centered. Like, what's going on? And it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's the point. Like, I just really liked the image. So I was like, I think this is perfect. And I remember asking Caleb, I was like, should we put any like words around this for the front of it? And, you know, he sent me some car bomb examples and others. And he's like, nope. He's like, it's perfect as it is. Just, you know, there's so many other bands that we idolize that just use an image, no titles, no nothing. And so I was like, perfect. And so we did it.
All righty. Yeah, there's like a word for like what that is, like it being flat but looking like it's 3D. Like, that shit's crazy, dude. That's what I think of whenever I think Twilight Zone 2 is just that thing is swirling around, you know?
Yeah, and it looks like it's going in, going in, coming out. Like, you're just like, you don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking trippy, man. I do have to ask you, you guys do have a logo, but why did you not use the Twilight Zone font? It seemed like a no-brainer.
A little too on the nose.
I mean, it's literally called Serling, like.
Yeah, our font is Times New Roman. We love black metal, but we also have trouble reading. So we need to make it nice and clear.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's, now that, you know, I wasn't even sure anyone was going to like this project. I'll just be completely honest. Like, it was like, I thought maybe my friends would like it. Now it's actually like getting recognition and people dig us. So now it's sort of like, can we make it still resemble the Twilight Zone, but also kind of add our own touch to it? But we're still going to try and stick to, you know, what we're basing this off of. So, you know, I guess that was, and also, I mean, I looked at a pack where you could buy the Twilight Zone font and it was like $100.
You have to buy it? What the fuck? Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. We had to buy it. So I was like, it's going to make me sound so cheap, but like, I need to buy formula. Like, I can't buy a font as much as I want to.
Dude, you should have told them that you're the drummer for 30 Seconds Go. You got all these sponsors. Like, they should have sponsored
you. I should have.
Use your power.
I should have taken Bobby's advice and promoted it and said, hey, if we sell 100 shirts, we would have had to sell like 10,000 shirts to afford it. So.
To buy the font. Yeah.
To buy the font.
But that wasn't the most expensive thing we wanted to do. We wanted to get a Rod Serling impersonator to shit on us and say how terrible we are in the beginning of the CP. But that guy wanted $600. Just a guy we found on YouTube that can do a pretty decent Rod Serling impression.
Dude, that's so much money. What the hell? There's like celebrities on, what is that thing? Cameo? Yeah, they charge like $60 sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, we wanted to.
Jesus.
Yeah, we joked about getting Gilbert Gottfried to pretend he's Rod Serling because that was like $80. Hi, I'm Rod Serling. This band is terrible. It would have been fantastic, but still, that costs money, and I'm broke.
Yeah, seriously, like we could have got like Ghostface Killah to pretend to be Rod Serling for half the price of this dude.
Dude, y'all should have gotten like another celebrity like that. That would have been so good. You still can. You can do it. The opportunity hasn't left yet.
The drums are done for the full length.
Yeah, so we have length ready to go.
Oh, really? So. Jesus Christ. Y'all are moving fast. Okay.
Trying to keep up with you. You're already one Twilight Zone CD in front of us. So.
That's right.
That's fucking... So we got a random question here. We ask everybody, what do you put on your hot dogs? Brandon's is probably gonna be very basic, but
it's we'll fucking ketchup.
That's it, just ketchup.
I just some ketchup and I fucking eat it because I'm
dunk it in a vat of ketchup.
Because I'm a stupid plain loser.
Shit, busted.
My bun is just a Reese's cup. Like it's yeah. Caleb's gonna have a way better answer to this.
Yeah. So raw onions, any kind of fancy mustard, whether it's brown or whatever, Dijon, and then sriracha. Yeah. Good to go.
I actually like that a lot. That's one of my more favorite answers. Usually get that people eat vegan dogs and they put like ketchup and mustard on it, which is like fine, but
they have to be red.
What has
red
to
hot
be
dogs?
Oh, is there another color?
It's a friggin' main staple, bud. To get the KM red hot dogs and throw them on the grill, and they're friggin' red. They're bright red, dog dick red hot dogs in a bun, onions, fucking fancy mustard, goddamn sriracha.
Wait, like super red? You mean not like a regular hot dog color?
Dick
what?
Red
dog
hot
dick
dogs.
Red. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Delicious. They got a fucking pop on them, bud. That you'll love it. Come on up to me. You're not that far away. Hop, skip, and a plane ride. Hop, skip, and a plane ride, bud.
If you tour, we'll book you at Caleb's house.
Yeah, I got plenty of room for you.
Dude, I would definitely, if I ever make it up there, 100%.
Hammer down. Come on up.
So you put this out through Granite Tomb Records. How'd you hook up with those guys? Or maybe it's one dude. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's our buddy Taylor Belanger. He really just started, it's really not like a record label that like you sign a contract and you do all these things. Like he puts out like, digital and some limited physical releases. He's, what's his motto? Like, I just want to help my friends put out good music. Like, he's like, do you want tapes and CDs? I'll do it. It was really a matter of, I just wanted some help getting our music out as soon as possible. And he sort of showed me the ropes and he was like, here, we're going to do it this way. And, I told him he could put it out through like his Bandcamp and stuff. And, me and Caleb just wanted to get our music out as soon as possible. So our buddy, he's been a huge help. And Taylor's such a sweetheart. He's also in like 30 bands. So he just loves it. He wants to support everyone. So he's willing to work with pretty much anyone.
Hell yeah, man. People like that are awesome. That's how you keep the scene going.
Yeah, he's great. He's such a good dude.
I saw he's done a couple releases too. I never heard of him before this, but hopefully he does some more.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that he's put out is his own. It's just like him doing his own noise music, and it's just I just love it, and I love him. He's a sweetie.
Alrighty. So I think we've mentioned on here that y'all are gonna be playing a show. I don't know if we were talking about that before this or if it was during this. I feel like it was during this. Are y'all like doing more than just one, or what we got going on?
Well, we would like to. Right now, we just have the one. I believe it's November 6th in New Hampshire. our buddy Brian's booking a show. He's going to have like art vendors and stuff there too.
Ooh.
And there's a bunch of different style bands. Like, I mean, we're like, you got mathcore, and then you got like an accordion band there too.
What?
Like it's going to be wild.
Yeah. I think it's called Oak. It's I forget.
Oak is Brian's project. OAHK is how it's spelled. Yeah, it's his project.
But yeah, it's a band out of Portland that's going to be there. It's just an accordion and drums. So instead of drum and bass, it's drum and accordion, and it's going to be sick.
I feel like y'all are messing with me. This is some kind of joke.
No,
but
why? We would never lie to Math Daddy. You do not lie to Math Daddy.
We haven't posted the flyer yet, but we did get it, and we're gonna post it soon. But no, we're not lying. And it was just like such a funky enough lineup. I was like, yeah, we got to do this. Like we just have to. But we're hoping to.
Like, are they supposed to be like heavy, the drum and accordion band, or like what are we talking about?
There isn't an ounce of heavy going on until we ruin everything.
Sounds like the best place to debut your metal band is show with the accordion and drum band.
Okay. Band that we know named Bastard Rat was just added, and they're a little heavier. So, like they're not
helpful.
Yeah, so there's just a little bit going on. We're not it anymore, but who knows what's going to happen when the time comes.
You mentioning a band called Bastard Rat. What's up with all these like grindcore bands with rat in the name? There's like Cloud Rat, there's Bastard Rat. I just heard of one called Rat Punch. They're from like Tennessee. Is this like a common thing I missed out on? Have y'all been noticing this, that there's all these grindcore bands with about rats?
I have not, but I am
now.
I am very intrigued.
And now you're going to see just bands with rats in their name.
Rats. That'll be the next one.
So you got CDs available through Grand Tomb Records. You've also got shirts through Teespring store. It's called Serling.creator-spring.com. Serling.creator-spring.com. Yeah, you got like what was it, like 6 different designs, something like that. You selling like hoodies up there too and shit. That's pretty sweet. You're getting one penny for each one. I like it.
Yeah, we got hoodies. We've got a sunburn shirt. We've got nap pants. We've got masks. Yeah, and it's basically
mask too. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just swirls and Times New Roman font that says Serling to get the point across. But like I said, we're not making a penny off it.
You're making literally a penny.
Literally a penny off of everything. But you can also have any color you want as long as it's black. So yeah, we're really nailing this niche merch market right now. It's absolutely killer.
Thankfully, we've worked with Curly Art, a well-known artist. Corey just did our full-length album art, which we haven't released yet. But I mean, we got some ideas for bigger and better merch once we get that going. But I mean, we mentioned the full length earlier. We already got the album art. We got all the drums ready. So like we got some releases ready to go. We're actually, Caleb just finished I'm going to plug this for a second. Caleb just finished a single of ours that is being sent. I can't say who it's being sent to, but it is being sent to an artist that everyone in this community knows. So I don't know if it'll fall through. I hope it doesn't. If this actually ends up happening, I'm just gonna shit in my hand. I'm gonna be so excited. Like it's like this. I hope this goes through. I just have to tease it because it's someone that everyone knows, and I think people would be really stoked if we get to release this. So I'm hoping this goes through because the song's done. It's sent off to this artist. We're just waiting.
Like they're gonna be a guest vocalist or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, we're hoping we get the track back and we can release who we're doing the song with, because I think some people will shit. I will shit.
So are y'all trying to like release this really soon then? It seems like y'all are trying to push it out the door as fast as possible, or
this would just be a single song that we would release.
Well, I mean like the full length, like in general. It seems like everything's done, right?
The drums are done. I need to bring them in.
Oh, okay. Still got to record guitar.
Drums are done. All the lyrics are written.
Drums are done. Lyrics are written. Album art. Right now,
so you do the guitars last just like every other band, man. It's always drums, lyrics, and vocals first, and then it's guitars because who cares about the guitars? Okay.
Yeah. No, that's the easy part. I just mash around and then we're good. We're good.
Alrighty. That's
we got 10 songs ready to go.
Alrighty. So you guys have played a bunch of shows, but in a couple different bands. I think y'all aren't just in 30 Seconds Go. Y'all have been around for a minute, right? Okay. So tell us what's your best show that y'all have done?
The best show we ever did, Caleb. It's got to be in Bangor, right? People actually liked one of our previous projects in Bangor.
With us or separately?
Well, I guess, yeah. Do you want an example of Caleb and I together or our own sort of thing?
Whatever you think the best show you ever played was.
Oh. Well, that opens things up a bit.
It sure does.
Oh. I mean, I shouldn't be thinking this hard because people haven't really liked what I've done that much in the past. I mean, let's be honest, Brandon. But
sponsors. You have sponsors. So
I do have fucking endorsements.
You are a very good drummer.
I think for me, back in the day, I was in a band with we were really good. Our name was Brutal Intentions. Pretty rockin'. When I was in high school, we played a show in Windham, Maine, and it was our first time playing there. We actually played the beat that is at the beginning of the Serling song, Time Enough at Last. It was a very similar, and, it's just this heavy beat that we started with. And the floor just opened up and these hardcore kids just started losing their minds. And it was the first time I ever saw people like my shit outside of my close friends. And I was like, fuck yeah. So
that's awesome.
So that just sticks with me because it's like, I don't know, you get that sense of like, fuck yeah, people like what I'm doing.
Were your intentions pretty brutal?
The whole time. It never stopped being brutal.
Nice.
And sadly, I don't have any of those tracks, but Bobby still has everything. He's a connoisseur of old music, and I love it.
Alrighty, what about you, Caleb? What's the best show you played?
My best show I ever played, once a year, Bath, Maine does this hand tub fucking squirting water as far as they can with these antique friggin' fire wagon fucking things. Yeah, I'm being completely accurate with what I'm saying. I just don't know what it's called. The hand tub competition, whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, the team that won rented out a campground down the fucking road, and they were going to have bands and kegs and all that shit. So my buddy hits me up and says, hey, you need to come down with all your gear and we'll jam out. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So I come down, I find out we're doing a set, and we got a kid on an electric drum set that he's going to keep playing in 4/4 until I kick him to stop. And then we'll start again on a different song. And I go, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I just brought an amp, 2 cabs, and my 8-string, and that's the plan. He goes, yeah. So he's playing guitar too. He's got 15-watt, orange, whatever. I'm trying to match volume with him. I can't hear him. So I crank up the amp all the way, and I just start doing Danza riffs in 4/4. I have a long cable, and I start shoving people while I'm trying to play and all this other stuff. And while I'm doing that, fireworks go off, and all chaos happens. And it was a fantastic time. It was all improv metal in 4/4. Couldn't ask for anything better. And I got absolutely hammered, and it was great.
At the hand wash challenge or whatever you call it.
Hand tub. It's
hand tub.
A group of 8 people doing this with a friggin' tank of water, and it squirts friggin' water down the street. People get wet. It's a great time.
It looks great.
No idea what the fuck is going on, and that whole day I had no idea what was going on. So
I'm writing this down. So I can look this up. Hand tub competition? Is that what you call it?
Yeah. Back when they used to put out fires, they used to have these 2 lever things that would go under the fucking tank, and people would fucking ream on them as hard as they can to go put the fires out and whatever it's called.
Okay.
And the team that won, Quincy-Magog or whatever, we're from Maine, so everything's all fucking Wabanaki fucking shit. So no one, I can't remember shit. I drink. I don't remember.
Okay, alrighty. So what's the worst show you've ever played?
Oh, I got a good one. So I'm playing a show at what's that town right above you, Brandon? Starts with a W.
Right above me? Waterville?
Waterville. The Waterville Opera House. There's a fucking Tony Zumba dance studio, right? So there's mirrors behind us, so it looks deep, right? So I'm playing this show. I blow my fucking knee out, and I play the rest of the show on my back. And while my knee is all fucked up, we get a blizzard. So now I have to pack up all of my bass shit into my fucking minivan in the snow with a fucked up knee, and I drive home early. When I get home, they go, Caleb, you left way too early. I go, I blew my fucking knee out. What are you talking about? And he's like, we just saw this dope band. You would have loved them. They were called Heavy Heavy Lolo. And it was the only time they came up to Maine. And I checked them out. And of course, within 10 seconds, I was like, this is incredible. And they were very big foundation in changing my whole life for sure. And my knees suck. So
at a Zumba studio, though.
Yeah, it was cool. There were mirrors.
It's closed mirrors. Yeah, is that like a common like venue? Like,
oh, the venues in Maine are just.
Dude, we played a Zumba studio in Bath, Maine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That's so weird.
Oh, it's great playing shows in Maine. It works so well.
Yeah.
So y'all do you not have like an actual venue up there then?
There are venues where,
but they're all Zumba halls.
For the bullshit that we do, yes, they are all Zumba halls or VFWs for the bullshit that we do. If you're like a Mumford and Sons, there's 18 people in the band and you just nail it acoustic stuff. Yeah, you can play the Bangor Pavilion to 3,000 people or the Portland Waterfront. But if you're playing breakdowns that are in 7 and the backbeat's on 3 and there's a polyrhythm and you got to wait 8 minutes for everything to loop around again, you're playing a VFW.
There's the Zumba halls.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Brandon, what about you? What was the worst show you played?
So, where do I start? Hold on. You said that is your next question going to be the most awkward?
Kind of.
No.
The weirdest one.
Okay, so I'm going to save this next story for that, but story I'll tell right now will be what I think was the worst. So Caleb and I used to be in a band that we called ourselves like pop punk. I don't know what we are, alternative or what we were. I don't know. We played a fucking dive bar. We were opening for a I don't even know what to call them, a fucking folk band, just these local guys who were like, hey, it's our CD release. Come open for us. Caleb had left the band.
What was your band's name?
5:30.
Okay, probably pop punk. You keep going.
Caleb was not in the band and happier for it. It was just me and my other 2 buddies, and we're playing. We just start going, and our vocalist used to jump at the intro. He jumps, he lands, he shits his pants. I'm not kidding. And so
Not only did he shit his pants, he yelled into the microphone as he landed on his back, I just shit my pants!
He shit his pants, tells everyone.
And unplugs the guitar cable from the guitar.
I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
He did this other jump in the second or third song. He would go on my drum set and jump off. So, match, we're trying to be cool. There's really only 2 people standing in front of us. Everyone else is at the very back at the bar. The 2 people in front of us are Bobby and one other person because they just felt bad, probably. But so he goes to go on my drum set and he slips, completely eats shit. He takes out all of my toms. He falls over, snaps the guitar cable out of the amp. the sound people run up and they go, seriously, guys? And my vocalist, who is just laying there in shitty underwear, is just like, yeah, because I meant to do that. Like, they're pissed, but they get us all set up and it's sounding bad. He handed me, the vocalist handed me the mic because he was embarrassed. And I just go, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. And some main 50-year-old dude in the very back just yells, you think? And I was like, this is incredible. So then we're going on and we're ending, and our vocalist goes, this is probably one of the worst times of your life. If you want to find me, I'll be at, and he yells his address, and he goes, I'm going to go back to my house and light myself on fire. And some people start chuckling. He goes, no, I'm seriously going to go light myself on fire because I shit my fucking pants. And that was the last impression of that. That might have been that band's last show, now that I'm thinking about it.
No, it wasn't.
We played in
Bangor, and it was awesome.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, thank God, because
nobody shit their pants in Bangor.
No, he did not.
No, I was hoping that was just like a regular occurrence at y'all shows. Like he shits his pants, tries to jump off a drum set, eats shit, all that stuff. It's just like part of the show.
I actually remember our second song. We didn't have a name, and he goes, "This song is called Song Number 2." And I actually gave him a look because I thought it was a pun. And then he says in the mic, "Yeah, it's called Number 2 because I shit my pants." And I'm like, dude. You don't have to keep reminding
this guy's a treasure.
You shit your pants. Oh my God. So that was probably the worst show I've ever played. Hilarious, but yeah, no one gave a shit pretty early on, except for him. He gave a shit. It was pretty good. Oh God.
So what's the weirdest one? What's the weirdest show y'all played?
Caleb booked that same exact band in a dentist's office in Gardner, Maine for this.
I didn't book it. My wife booked that.
Oh, thank God. for this art music walk on the Gardner downtown. And so the little small dentist office is packed. And I guess this is a theme with this band. We start, and within halfway through the first song, everyone fucking leaves.
It's like we're Gigi Allen. It's incredible. It's pop punk music. There's nothing abrasive about it. Everything's in 4/4. I can get hammered and still remember all the bass lines. It's fine. But we're in a dentist office where the fish tank is more entertaining than we could ever be. And the second we start playing, people leave because maybe we're loud, but there's an acoustic drum set in there. We're going to hit some decibels in there, but everyone fucking leaves. But
everyone left after the first song, and we had like 5 more songs to go. Literally, our vocalist was screaming at the fish tank at the side of the dentist office. Caleb was, I think you were wireless or you had a long cord. You literally went out the front door and we're just standing.
Yeah, I left my own gig because I play with a long cable, like the longest one I could find, just for funsies.
The woman that set it up had to stay there. So she's sitting in the corner. You can see on her face, she's just like, guys, you're playing for fucking no one. Will you please stop? But we did our whole set.
Yeah.
As punishment for her.
We did it for this woman. I mean, she even had a man with her for being the first song, and he fucking
the
bounced.
Dentist. Yeah, the
that
dentist.
Was the dentist?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, the dentist said, I'm not getting any more business after this, and fucking bounced.
Yeah.
Have they put on shows there like after that, or?
It was part of a town festival where you could do a pub crawl, and in every little shop, no matter what it was, a boutique, clothing store, or whatever, would have music performances down there. We were just out in the corner at this little dentist office, and they didn't have any bands playing, so they found a little pop punk band, and it turns out it was a total bad idea, completely bad idea, but it was great. I had a lot of fun.
That's crazy. Y'all's city sounds crazy. Like bands playing in Zumba places, dentist office, and dude, it sounds awesome. Actually,
yeah, it's what it takes when you're playing different semi-aggressive music or completely aggressive music.
Maine is literally just, can we find a hall or a small place and pay the person that owns it a couple $100 to have some music. That's really what it is. And sadly, a lot of times something ends up getting broken, and then people are like, yeah, we're never letting you use our place again.
No, I played metal shows in high schools that got shut down because one of the lead vocalists jumped off the stage and broke the drywall. So Winthrop High School, no more shows
ever again. How did he jump off the stage and break drywall?
He jumped off to the side, and you could do a drop kick thing. And then he just drop kicked into the wall and broke some drywall. Or if you got a wireless mic and you want to get the pit going, you can shove people, and people that aren't expecting it, a random auntie or whatever, just ends up going into the wall and breaks it. Okay. There was one band that got kicked out for doing the "oh shit fuck" breakdown from Heavy Heavy Lolo as their ender, which was peculiar. But since they were cussing, they got kicked out. And so
that's the one thing that seems like to be bad about Maine. Like they're not so accepting of heavy music, it seems.
I mean, Maine is pretty close to Texas as far as how many people have gun collections around here and all that stuff. So I mean, we're pretty close.
Well, I mean, Texas loves Pantera and brutal death metal, though.
I mean, you'll find those people around here. We get winters up here. You got to keep warm somehow, and breakdowns are the way to go.
All right.
I think Five Finger Death Punch is the main metal band.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
That's us.
Dude, butt rock is huge up here. It's huge.
So Caleb, you able to top that last story? Weirdest show?
As far as awkward?
Yeah, awkward or weird or,
I played a show at a bottle redemption center where Bottle Redemption Center.
Like a recycling plant?
Well, up in Maine here, once you get done drinking all your beers, this can is worth a hefty 5 cents. So you bring all your bags from the hefty drinking you've done and bring it to a bottle redemption center, and they count your cans for you. Once they count your cans, then you've got a bit of cash in your pocket to go get more beer. That's all it's used for. That's the recycling process.
Okay.
So I played
in front of cans.
Yeah, so I played a show at a bottle redemption center in Reedfield, Maine. And of course we opened because the band I was in was like an emo, screamo, Mars Volta, Glassjaw, post-hardcore kind of thing there. So we opened. No one liked us because this was a metal show. We were too heavy for the emo shows. We were too light for the metal shows. So every show we played was not fun. But we got to be there. So we opened up for Maine Legends' Last Chance to Reason.
Oh, okay. I know they're from Maine. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, they're huge staple up here. Probably the two biggest metal bands out of Maine were Last Chance to Reason and Barium. Absolutely fantastic. Barium's fantastic. They're a little bit older than Last Chance to Reason. But the next band that went up was, I don't remember their name, but the dude stripped completely naked except for his little, whatever it was, tighty whities. There was some cartoon character on them. And we almost left because we're like, okay, if that's what's going to happen, then we should probably take off. Because I'm very aware of Gigi Allen. If the lead singer is getting naked and running around, things can get really bad really fast. I mean, there's YouTube videos of Gigi Allen clearing out a venue in under 3 minutes just by himself. And it's incredible. Yeah. So we almost leave, but we just end up watching. And this dude ends up going into the rafters and monkey barring all the way, swings his legs up, hangs upside down, and starts screaming the rest of his set upside down in underwear. And then we realize, oh, we're just witnessing the greatest thing ever. But at the beginning of playing at a bottle redemption center and being a really soft band in a metal show, we felt absolutely like shit, we need to leave. And then Underwear Man showed up. Like, why did we stay for this? And then it ended up being one of the best shows we've ever witnessed because it was Last Chance doing their older stuff with the Aqua Teen, Hunger Force samples already queued in. It was fantastic. But at the beginning, completely awkward. We wanted to leave.
Bottle redemption. That's so weird.
Yeah. Come up to Maine, play a church.
Yeah, you can play the
churches
weirdest
in
place
so
ever.
weird. There's a lot of bands that play churches, but Zoom studio or
Zumba, yeah.
dentist office.
You can play a Zumba studio. Caleb can ruin a fucking bright red hot dog for you. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah. Come play my house. It'll be great. We'll have a barbecue. Come jam out. You'll be fine. You don't need to bring anything.
Have like really, really red hot dogs, but they better be mean red hot dogs.
Dog dick red hot dogs, cooked to perfection.
So, what was the last thing you guys listened to? Shouldn't be that hard. It's like literally the last thing you listened to.
I'm waiting for Brandon.
The vehicle that I ride home from work in only has XM radio in it, and it was just blasting Metallica the whole time. That was the last thing.
Well,
but I'm trying to think of the last like album that I really have been jamming. But the last thing I literally listened to was Battery by Metallica on the way home. Which, I mean, Metallica was like the first band I've really loved, so I still jam them because it's, I don't know, it was just on.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of Metallica myself. Like, they're okay. Okay. What about you, Caleb? Last thing
I listened to was Secret Chiefs 3, Book of Horizons.
I have no idea what that is.
Same.
Secret Chiefs 3 is basically Mr. Bungle without Mike Patton.
Oh.
So it's cool. Trey Spruance, Trevor Dunn, and whoever's on drums. It's really, really good stuff. But yeah, Secret Chiefs 3, Book of Horizons.
That
Fantastic
totally sounds
album.
like a movie or something.
It's funny you say that. The songs are pretty much mostly instrumental. There is death metal that happens into this album, but the transitions into it, you would never expect it to happen, and when it does, it's very exciting. There is a song on that album called An Owl in Daylight, which is my favorite on that album. So good. But yeah, Secret Chiefs 3. Trey Spruance, he played guitar in the Faith No More album, King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime. One of my favorite Faith No More albums as well. But yeah, it's fantastic stuff. Love it to pieces.
All right. I'm gonna have to check it out. What about album of the year?
For me, it's Kaunashi, their album that they dropped this year. I mean, it's
sick. It's sick.
It's
so good.
So fucking good. Every song is an absolute heater. The lyrics, I mean, just like seriously, I mean, it's been a while since I've actually like heard lyrics that just like, you know, whether you actually like go through the emotions that he's talking about, or you know deal with depression or anything like that, you know, or just you can just sort of feel his pain throughout it and feel that this is something personal. It's just like, that album is just far and above album of the year.
It's like watching a movie, like how he has it written out. It's so good.
It's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Caleb?
Comes down to a few for me, but the new Fawn Limbs makes me so happy. Oh my goodness, it's makes me so happy. The drumming on it, the jazzy kind of things that are going on, it reminds me of Frederick Thorndahl's first album, his solo album. Apparently he's working on a second one, which I'm very excited for. But that album is just absolutely kills it for me. Anything mathcore that involves any sort of jazzy things, like needle play, for example, they hit the nail on the head for me, like 110%. I love that album that came out.
Sucks like, that they're done now.
I mean, it really does, but I'm glad, because I mean, the song in particular, Quick Beheading Video Before Bedtime, whatever it is one of the most brilliant things I've ever heard.
It's incredible.
Ever.
You know, Nursing is basically everybody in needle play but the drummer and the vocalist.
Nursing is very, very good. I have checked that out for sure. I think Tony Clark is an absolute genius as far as writing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he's at least in New England, so I have to keep track if there's any shows I can drive fucking 4 hours to go see whatever they're doing live. But it's, Needle Play and Fawn Limbs have absolutely killed it for me.
If you're looking for another jazzy band, you ever heard of Lefty Fish?
Absolutely not. I'm very excited.
You need to listen to Lefty Fish. They're like a huge influence on me. It's essentially a jazz band playing mathcore. It's crazy. They have an album called Hello Kitty Spunk. Dude, it's one of my all-time favorite albums. So good.
Why is that just a song name? That's a band name right there. Hello Kitty Spunk. I'd go see that in a heartbeat. That's incredible.
So before we head on out of here, I want to give you all a chance to plug all your bands.
I mean, where do we start? I mean, obviously, we've been talking about all the Serling stuff, of course. And, we just dropped our EP, the James Beavis Chronicles. We got our full length in the works. We got a couple singles, too. Like Call Me Armageddon Volume 3 is going to come out. We got a song specifically for that, along with Big Money Cyber Grind next compilation. We got a song in the works for that. So Serling's got big things coming up. 30 Seconds Go. Obviously, albums coming out. Caleb and I also have a buddy, Sam. We have a math rock band called Never Odd or Even. So that's another project that you can find on all streaming platforms. If you like math rock, instrumental, no vocals, just fucking beautiful, groovy. Sam is incredible. Did it all. I was going to talk about it sooner because, I don't know how, I haven't met too many people in the mathcore community that really, have talked about math rock too. But, if you really dig math rock, I think you would like Never Odd or Even.
It's Never Odd or Even hits the Cloud Kicker meets Pliny kind of sort of niche. But, Floral is fantastic, and they played at Mathcore Index Fest a few years ago. So I'm sure people would dig it.
Oh, yeah, I like math rock and stuff. I've had a couple of math rock bands on here, actually.
Yeah, it's good shit. Very good shit.
Yeah.
So that's it then? I thought that y'all were in like a bunch more, but I guess that's it for right now.
No, I mean, I got an acoustic project with a couple guys I'm working on that doesn't have a name. We're in like a deathcore type band called Weak Willed as well. That's only released one song so far, but that's more of a heavier project. Caleb's got like 30 unnamed projects.
Yeah, it's just me trying to perfect stuff here and there, but me and Brandon have a few dead projects as well. 5:30, Knife Eater is out there. If people want to check out a couple songs that we've done, it's just 8-string mashing around, stompy kind of stuff. But
speed metal project called Parsec with a buddy of mine. Like, it's just, we play like all genres. So, Serling and 30 Seconds Go are the big ones for us right now. But, if you find us on socials, we promote pretty much everything.
Y'all just constantly playing music then.
Yeah.
We got to do what we got to do around here. There's not a lot going in
somehow.
Yeah. I haven't made a dime yet with music.
Plenty of pennies. So if you're looking to travel to a different dimension of not only sight and sound, but also mind, you need to check out the James Beavis. You know what? Real quick, I meant to ask you, what the hell is with the album title? The James Beavis Chronicles?
Yeah.
Is that like an episode name I'm missing on? Or what is that?
James Beavis is a character in one of the episodes. He's, if I'm remembering correctly, and sorry, I'm totally spacing out right now, I believe he's the one that gets to hear people's thoughts. Okay. And so, I just thought these songs have nothing to do with the chronicles of his life, but wouldn't this be a sick name? Okay. So we just did it, but it's based on a character from the Twilight Zone. Yeah.
I thought it was the one where he had the guardian angel that wanted him to be a lot better than he actually is.
It might be. I might be spacing right now.
I think there's one where he's like plays with the neighborhood kids. He drives like a really shitty car, and he just gets fired from his job and evicted.
You're right.
And he's not really he's still perfectly happy. It's like, oh, this is just things that happen. Pass me the rock, kids. Let's But his guardian angel comes up and goes, Mr. Beavis, this is ridiculous. You should be a head of a corporation. And then he just sort of makes it happen. He gets a fancy car. You don't live at this apartment. You've got the mansion over there. But he tries to play with the kids, and the kids are like, and he's not happy because, he prefers the lighter things in life. So he decides.
The kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just one part of the thing, but he's got the shitty car. The kids help him push it to get it jump started.
So it's just Twilight Zone themed, really. We just wanted to keep going with the Twilight Zone theme. So we thought it was neat.
Different. That's a cool name. I like it.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to travel to a different dimension of not only sight and sound, but also mind, you need to check out the James Beavis Chronicles, Serling's debut EP, which dropped back in August through Granite Tome Records. So Granite Tomb, is it? Yeah, it's Tomb Records, right? It's not Tome.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Granite Tomb Records. You guys are on Facebook, Bandcamp, Instagram, YouTube, and all streaming platforms. Any other social plugs I'm missing?
I
guess you have the Teespring, right?
Yeah, we got Teespring. We haven't made an OnlyFans yet, but maybe soon. But yeah.
All right, looking forward to the OnlyFans.
If I get fat enough, it'll happen.
Jesus Christ. As for me, drop my channel, follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to the interviews before they hit streaming services, as well as some awesome emotes. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube, folks, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, tickle the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound That Ends Creaiton, at thesoundthatendcreaiton.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order my new album, Boomers, Zoomers, Desperate Coomers, right now. My next guest is, I'm probably not pronouncing this correctly, but I believe it's Michael Anoia. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Join us this Sunday the 12th at 7 p.m. Central for the live cast. Thanks for being here, guys. Hope you had a good time.
We love you to pieces.
Man. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching and listening.